I'm going to share a few details about a new strategy that is for UPSC CAC 2022, and this strategy is going to be different from previous strategies because I have made this strategy keeping in mind for beginners, and in this I will discuss various things like what is the process you should follow before starting the preparation, and how should you plan your day, how you should uh, keep your monthly targets, and what is the book list that you should follow, etc. So now let's see how you have to start planning for your strategy. First of all, before starting your plan, the first thing you have to see is what is the exact date for prelims. So if we see the notification of UPSC, I have already said that June 5th, on June 5th, UPSC is going to conduct prelims. So keeping that date in mind, from tomorrow onwards, if we count the days, we have 238 days left with us. So what you have to do is, you have to divide this 238 days into two. That is, you have to divide your preparation into two phases. That is, the first phase you have to prepare for both prelims and mains integratedly, and the next phase you have to prepare only for prelims. And after you have qualified prelims, then you have to prepare only for mains. So that should be your strategy. So here what I have done is, I have divided this 238 days into 173 and 65 days. So first I will explain what you have to do in this 173 days. So here what I am going to do is, I am dividing this 173 days into 13 and 160 days. So in the first 13 days, as a beginner, what you are supposed to do is, first of all, you have to take the syllabus. So after taking the syllabus, you have to see what are the micro topics that are hidden in the syllabus. So why you are supposed to do this? So as a beginner, and particularly those who are doing self preparation, it is very necessary for those people to understand the syllabus very thoroughly. So if you go for coaching centers, you will automatically get guidance for, but for those who are doing self preparation, they don't get much guidance. So what you have to do is, first take down the syllabus, and you have to see what are the micro topics that are there in the syllabus. And the task of learning the micro topics in the syllabus is really difficult. So that what you are supposed to do is, you have to search online for the micro topics list of UPSC. You will definitely get, because different coaching centers have released micro topics that are hidden in the UPSC syllabus. You will automatically get that. If you don't get that, I will put the link in the description box. You can go and visit that. So after understanding this syllabus, after seeing the micro topics, the next thing you are going to do is, you have to make a small book list. So as a beginner, you don't know what are the books you have to read. So what you have to do is, you have to see some toppers videos, and after seeing toppers videos, you will automatically get a common point in those topper videos. That is, regarding book list, you will definitely get common points. For example, every topper will read NCERT books. Without reading NCERT books, no one will get strong base. So that is necessary. And for polity, Lakshmikant is the only resource that everyone will follow. So catch these common points and make a small book list. To make your work easy, I have given the book list at the end of the video. So please go and visit that once. So after making the book list, the next thing you are going to do is, gather all these books which you have made in your book list. Either it is in PDF form or it is in hard copy, whatever it is, gather these books. So once you have finished gathering these books, the next thing you are going to do is, gather previous year question papers as well. So this is really important, because many toppers will suggest you to analyze the previous year question papers, but what I personally feel is, without knowing the subject, analysis cannot be done properly. So what you have to do is, just gather the previous year question papers with you, keep it with you. Once you have finished your basics, that is, once you have finished reading NCERTs, then do the analysis of previous year question papers. Then you will get a small idea on how questions are being framed, how questions are asked in mains, and how questions are asked in prelims, what are the important topics that are being asked repeatedly, and how much scope is there for current affairs, and how the option framing is done, and how I have to read, and how I have to modify my answer rating. Everything you will get once you have analyze the previous year question papers. And to do this, first you have to read the NCERTs. After finishing the NCERTs only you have to do this. So once you have gathered your previous year question papers, the next thing is decide your optional. And this is the last phase, because deciding optional is really difficult, and it is the important thing that plays a very key role in this whole process. So how you have to decide your optional? So for this I have already made a video. Please go and check that video. You will get a clarity on that. If you still find confusing, I will once again tell you how to decide your optional, and according to that you can decide your optional. So in this first 13 days, what you have to do is you have to understand the syllabus. You have to make a small book list. You have to gather those books. You have to gather previous year question papers, and you have to decide your optional as well. So once you are done with it, the next 160 days you are going to read all these books, and you are going to build a strong foundation. So for this, what you have to do is you have to divide this 160 days into 40 and 120. In this 40 days, first 40 days, you have to read your NCERT books. So as a beginner, it is impossible to read NCERT books in 40 days. But if you see the time, we have very less amount of time. So here what you are supposed to do is you have to read only those NCERT books which are really important. For example, if you have nearly 1 year of time, you can read from 6th to 12th NCERT. But here you have only nearly 8 months of time. So it is really impossible to read from 6th to 12th NCERT. So what you are supposed to do is you can read from 9th to 12th NCERTs. Especially 11th and 12th are really important. So like the short listing should be done. So with that, in this 40 days, you have to complete your NCERTs. So once you complete your NCERTs, you have to analyze the previous year question papers, as I said earlier. After analysis, you will understand the framing of questions, and you will understand on how question framing is done and what topic is important. Everything you will understand, and after that you can proceed further. So after reading this NCERTs, then you are left with 120 days. So in this 120 days, what you are supposed to do is you have to give each 30 days for each paper. That is, for the first 30 days you have to read GS paper 1, not whole complete. You cannot complete the whole syllabus of GS paper 1 in 30 days. It is impossible, I know. Complete as much as possible, complete GS paper 1 syllabus. So after completing this GS 1 paper syllabus in 30 days, then go to GS paper 2. In another 30 days, complete some portion of GS paper 2. After that, again go to GS paper 3 in next 30 days, and after GS paper 3, go for GS paper 4 in the next 30 days. So along with these GS papers, you have to read for your optional as well. So this should be your idea. So in this way, you have to read your books, and you have to plan your day. And after finishing your 173 days, then you will be left with 65 days only. So in the 65 days, you have to work on exclusively prelims only. You have to concentrate on prelims only. So in this way, you have to make a small schedule, and you have to plan your strategy. So along with this, you have to read your current affairs. You should do your answer writing practice, and you should also give mock test. So I know hearing all this, it will be very difficult for you, but this is really important because you have very less amount of time, and in this less amount of time, you have to really work hard for nearly 10 to 11 hours every day. You have to work hard, and you should complete your syllabus. Then only you will be able to give your 100% in the examination. So I hope you have understood how you should make a plan, and how you should keep on changing your strategy, and how you should plan your month, And when you plan your month, you are also required to plan daily. Only monthly planning is not will not give you 100% result. Daily planning will also required. So what you are supposed to do is, first in this 13 days just try to understand the whole process of UPSC. Then once you have understood the process, then just start reading your NCERT books. Once you finish your NCERT books, then you are ready to go. After finishing your NCERT books, analyze the previous year question papers. And once you finish analyzing your previous year question papers, then start giving your daily answer writing, start giving current affairs quiz, start giving different tests along with your standard books. So what happens is, reading and analysis is done every day, so that you can know where you are weak, and you will also know where you are strong. By that you will also know that how you should focus more on analysis, and you will also know that how you should eliminate the options in the exam. So all these things will help when you keep on analyzing yourself. So I hope you have understood what I'm